Hey everybody, welcome back, and today we're going to be talking just very briefly about my 1070. I was doing a little bit of research and going kind of back through what all I've been using for computer parts over the past years, and I found that this one's actually a little on the interesting side. It's a Newegg exclusive quote-unquote budget 1070 that Zotac released using the reference PCB and their 970 Amp Extreme Core Edition from the previous generation. The heatsink fan combo, the triple axial fan, and the massive heatsink thing that they used for that. And then notice that the design now changed a little bit for the 1070 Amp Extreme Core Edition. Went to a 2.75 as opposed to a 2 slot, and I don't know, it was a little interesting because it's basically as bare bones founders as you get, or reference design as you get for the PCB for everything, and then it just has this last generation cooler slapped on it, sold at a discount, and called it a day on only Newegg. And I purchased it for $370 back on November 18th, 2016. And it's still, to me, a solid card. It doesn't overclock very well, though. I only ever managed to get about 125 core and about 400 memory on it, so a little bit beyond what you normally see from the good factory boosted cards that you could then overclock beyond that. The part number for it is ZT-P107007-10P. Unfortunately, I won't be showing you any benchmarks or anything like that for this card because my old processor, which was an FX 8320, 8-core AMD, small block heater, at 4 gigahertz would bottleneck under this card, and then once that finally became too unreliable, I, due to budget, got a Ryzen 3 1200, which I keep at about 3.7 gigahertz, and that bottlenecks on it as well in basically every modern game. So showing you benchmarks would be, how far can we hold this thing back by using the cheapest processor possible type deal. I don't feel like dealing with all that, so I'm not going to. One thing I will say that I've always been pleased about as far as this card design goes is with the triple axial fans is I've never had a problem with temperatures. I've never had a problem with noise. I mean, when it ramps up, I think I've actually heard it only ramp up to 100% once. I can tell you that it's a big chunkin' boy because it's 303 millimeters long, or just about a foot. And it somehow manages to barely fit. I have to wedge it kind of funny to clear everything in the case, but it does fit in my Cooler Master Q300L. I think that's the Q300L. That's the Cooler Master Micro ATX case that they tried to do an ATX revision of and completely bungled it. So I have the Micro ATX variety, and it fits cleanly. It fills the space out incredibly well because it only comes about 3/4 of an inch of hitting the side of the front of the case. So, I mean, it works well enough for me. I haven't had any issues overall with it. Even running multiple display outputs, nothing seems to deal with it, or nothing really seems to get in the way of it working well outside of my anemic processor. So once I've addressed that, maybe I'll come back and I'll revisit benchmarks a little bit, but I haven't officially decided yet. But alright, that'll actually just about do it. Any comments or questions, throw those down below. Leave a like and share it. Subscribe if you would. If you want to come back to see some more of this content here and there. If not forcing you, just asking you. And regardless, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.